Why the world's wealthiest are sending their gold to Singapore? I mean, look at that shiny ass gold.
Is surging, recently sending prices past $4,000 per troy ounce for the first time. In times of uncertainty, investors reach for gold. But
it just looks so nice.
It's not just about buying more of it. The wealthy are rethinking where they stash their treasure. Away from traditional vaults in London and Geneva, and east to new hubs like...
I don't know if they're going to mention it, but I do know that China is building a massive, gargantuan gold vault in the Middle East. In like Dubai, maybe? As a way to be the settler and market for gold trading. Like they don't, because obviously, even people that like trading with China don't want to have their gold held in China. Because it could get confiscated or seized and it's hard to move money in and out of the country. But they're building one in the Middle East as like a gold for oil type trading, where it's like if you are a Middle Eastern country, you can trade oil for gold, but it never leaves your site. It never leaves like your sphere of influence. I think it's in Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Singapore.
And it's like, the interesting thing about it is that like China owns a little bit of gold in the Middle East or whatever, but the vault they're building is so gargantuan. It's clearly for a long-term plan to have a more gold-backed trading system. It's like it's absurdly sized vault.
That brings us here, inside some of the most secure private vaults in the world. This might look like just a warehouse, but it's a super sophisticated, highly securitized storage facility.
Gringotts ass? Yeah,
Here
exactly.
At the reserve.
Dude, this should be a crazy heist movie. This would be such a fire heist movie.
Security isn't just set in concrete, it's built into the country itself.
Singapore really doesn't have enemies in the world. It makes it a very good long-term storage location.
For many wealthy clients, peace of mind matters just as much as profit. And geopolitical unrest, combined with global economic uncertainty, is one reason many are choosing to look eastward.
Singapore is a wealthy jurisdiction. They will not have an incentive to nationalize gold in the future.
Right.
It is a jurisdiction which made that wealth through building confidence with clients. So for Singapore to nationalize something will be economic suicide, essentially. And thirdly, Singapore is very well defended. And that combination of these three factors means that it's an ideal location.
Yeah, you'd think Singapore, with how small they are, would be not very strong militarily, but they spend a lot. They have a fucking advanced military. They are like a porcupine, dude. Singapore's tough. It would be not an easy task to
store wealth intergenerationally for 20, 30.
Wait, is his name Gregor Gregerson? Did you say that? Fake ass fucking name. Gregor Gregerson? Oh, brother, I'm glad you brought that up. I don't trust him anymore.
Frames. So traditionally our clients are people coming from Europe, from the United States.
He's probably heisting right now. He's probably the fucking George Clooney with a fake name of this heist. He's doing the interview while his guy in the back cuts open the vault.
It's mostly Western English-speaking clients. A lot of them tend to be entrepreneurs, people who made their own companies and are
He's got the Mission Impossible face, dude.
Wealth management.
Gregerson founded the reserve to meet the growing demand for high-end facilities to store gold and other precious metals like silver. This vault was completed in 2024 and is located near Singapore's Changi Airport. It includes a towering chamber that can store up to 10,000 tons of silver, worth about $16 billion.
Sheesh.
Important part is a foundation which is going 32 meters into the ground to distribute this kind of weight. A 90 kilonewton floor loading means that it's about 45 times stronger than a car park.
Chad, how are we stealing this?
Soaring demand for precious metals, both gold and silver prices reached record highs in October, with silver topping $53 a troy ounce, and gold
through
going
the floor.
beyond
We walked straight in.
$4,300.
We walked straight in. Big magnet. Big magnet, rope and glass cutter. I don't know that any of this will work. Act like you belong. So all of us, a few thousand of us show up and we act like we belong there and we walk in and steal the gold. That's the plan that we've come up with collectively.
Per troy ounce. Because gold is much smaller in size and more valuable than silver, it
We
needs to be
Naruto
stored
run.
in a place with an even higher level of security. And while vaults like the Reserve might evoke movies like Ocean's 11
Oh,
or
shit.
The Italian Job, real security is less like Hollywood. It's quieter, layered, and designed to stop threats long before they get close.
What insurance companies want to see is a UL Class 2 gold vault standard. And that's essentially a vaulting standard which is defined in such a way that it will keep somebody out for 1 hour. And that's important in the context of
1 hour.
security because you have a delay element. Yeah, so this is our main gold vault right now.
Okay.
And you will see these safe deposit box-like containers. And we're doing this because that is the most efficient way of storing gold in a way that makes it easily retrievable.
The Reserve has
Okay.
the capacity to store up to 500 tons of gold, worth about $64 billion.
Sheesh.
That's roughly 40,000 good delivery bars. The standardized size.
Guys, this would
major
be a good
traders and
heist.
central banks
This would be the
use when
biggest heist
dealing
of all
gold.
time.
Each one of those weigh about 400 troy ounces and costs about $1.6 million. But it's common for investors to break this
Okay,
up.
I need half the chat to do some kind of comical routine that distracts the police for 2 hours while we get the hour of delay. And then the other half of the chat, we're gonna drill through the vault. We're gonna have you guys do a magic show and scream glizzy. Okay, yeah. And then the rest of us are gonna. Zzz. Where's Braden? Yeah, Braden Carlisle will lead the live magic show. Are you betraying us? Be honest. It's like the Joker, but it's 1,000 shatters killing each other. Funny. He told me something similar. Listen, chatters, all I'm saying is there's fewer cuts if you get rid of another chatter.
To smaller bars, which weigh about 32 troy ounces each, worth about $128,000. For many investors, gold bars like these have become a refuge from political turmoil and shifting economic winds, especially in Washington.
Reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world.
Gregerson said mistrust in governments is also
Pikachu.
driving investors to store their wealth overseas. And in the Reserve, Gregerson is seeing more and more American clients.
At some point, the trust in the US dollar might falter. When that happens, the country will have to find something that people can trust to back a new currency. And that is traditionally gold. And so a lot of our clients
Yeah,
are
but it's going to be
looking
fart
at
coins, so.
these sort of potential developments happening. And they're saying, maybe I don't keep all of my gold in the US, maybe I keep it somewhere else.
Many investors also choose physical gold instead of funds or futures to avoid counterparty risk. The chance a
Oh
bank
my God. Yeah. What if we pretend we're Wall Street Journal and we have to do some reshoots of the vault for our video? And then we show up and we're like, let's get some footage. And that's how we get on the inside of the vault. And can we see some of the gold and how it looks? This is great, dude.
or firm managing
And then we
their
start
investment
grabbing,
might
yeah.
default. It's kind of like lending money to a friend and you're trusting they'll pay you back. But as the 2008 financial crisis showed, even trusted institutions like banks can fail to keep that promise.
Tell you what, why don't you guys just give me money for the heist? Because we have too many people right now. So you guys just give me money for the heist, and I promise I'll triple it once we sell the gold. Okay? So we'll just limit it down. I'll get an elite crew, and I'll steal the gold, and then we'll sell it for a profit, and it will make you, we'll 10x your money. So you can be an investor in a heist rather than have to be there and take the risk yourself. So you guys just send me all the money that you want to 10x, and I'll handle the return. This sounds lucrative. Can this scale? Oh, yeah.
In 2008, you didn't know which big bank was going to fail next. In an environment like this, you start saying that maybe the numbers I see on my screen aren't really that meaningful anymore tomorrow. Therefore, it makes sense to have a physical gold bar. And a physical gold bar you can own as private property.
The quiet and understated stability of Singapore
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
a million
at the end of the day, it all comes back to men with guns, Like, if you really follow the fucking thread, it's like you can own it, but how is it enforced unless, like, even, historically in America, this is FDR actually, they banned you owning private gold. And everyone that thought they had physical gold, it was suddenly confiscated by the government. And so maybe your gold's in Singapore. Maybe Singapore would never do that. But the idea is that, like, someone has a gun somewhere. And if they ever tell you that you're not allowed to have that anymore, then you're not allowed to have it. It's, you don't have, someone's got a gun.
miles away from the chaos of 2008. And while it still handles only a small share of global gold holdings, Gregerson believes that's about to change.
There's about well over $100 billion worth of gold being traded daily in London. Singapore is not even 1% of that. But I expect that gold hubs such as Hong Kong, Singapore, and probably Dubai have the right elements, and the governments are wanting to develop it.
Yeah, it's just interesting, man. It really is like the story of a possible competing financial system.